What's up, guys? Welcome back to the cooking show that I haven't decided to name yet. Today, we're going to be making jalapeno poppers. Jalapeno jalapeno jalapers. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be making an appetizer, a full meal, a dessert if you're crazy. It's called jalapeno poppers. Roll the intro. Alright, we're back at the cutting board again. We are starting with decoring and deveining the jalapenos. And you don't want your mom to cry when she eats them, then you're going to want to devein it and de-seed it as much as you can. After all the peppers are clean, throw those aside. Now we're going to make the cheese dish. We're starting with 2 packs of cream cheese. Then I'm shredding half of a small block of Colby, Monterey Jack, and mild cheddar. You can use whatever cheese you want for this. Try not to use pre-shredded cheese if you can help it, because it's not going to melt the same. If you shred it yourself, it's going to melt, it's going to incorporate much better. Also, I just ordered a new cheese grater because this thing was not working out. So after all the cheese is in the bowl together, you will add the seasonings. I'm going to add garlic powder. Okay, well, there's nothing in there, throw that away. I'm going to add salt, pepper, some cayenne, some cumin. But before you add the cumin, go ahead and drop it on the counter, spill it all over the cutting board. You'll be good to go there. Then you sprinkle it in, and we'll move on to the next step. Next, we start the painful process of trying to mix it. I just use my hands. That's definitely the best way to do it. It's going to be very thick at this point. There's not really any liquid. It's just cream cheese, and seasoning. So I try to knead this the best that I can, like you're kneading a very tough dough. After a while, you're just going to end up just punching it because you don't know what else to do. So just go ahead and get your fists in there and get to work. So after your cheese dough is kneaded somewhat, we're going to add some bacon. I went ahead and just added like 7 or 8 slices of really thick cut bacon. Cut it lengthwise once and then cut it short side and just make it into bits. Then we'll throw that on the stove, fry that up like normal, and then we're going to end up adding the grease and the bacon into the cheese mixture. So we'll go ahead and fry that up on the stove. Nothing too crazy. I just used a high heat. I'm trying to get crispy bacon here. You want a lot of grease and you want the bacon to be crispy. You don't really want it to be chewy. So now I'm adding some of the bacon grease because I want to add some heat to this dish and add a little bit of oil to make it easier to mix. Well, I hope that it's going to be easier to mix. Again, mix it the best that I can. Trying to get the fork, trying to keep my hands clean, and then realize I just need all the bacon grease, all the bacon, just throw it all in at one time, and we'll start mixing from there. So again, still trying to use a fork, trying to keep my hands clean, and then eventually I just say, forget that, we're going whole hands in once again. So once your cheese paste is kneadable, then we will take the jalapenos, take spoonfuls, and put these onto a baking sheet with aluminum foil, and we're almost ready to cook them. So when you're doing this, you don't want them overflowing because the cheese is going to melt and expand in the oven, and you're just going to get a greasy mess that is hardly even edible. So I like to keep it scraped pretty flush at the top, and you'll just load these up one at a time, load up the baking sheet, and then we'll move on. Once all the peppers are filled, they're going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until the cheese is fully melted and there's a little bit of browning on the top of the cheese. We'll pull it out. And look at those buttes. Let that cool for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then they're ready to slay. And of course, as always, we gotta put some scallions on top. We gotta add that fresh vegetable, the fresh green look to it. So we'll shred up some scallions pretty finely. Go ahead and sprinkle those on top with some swagger, and we'll be ready to eat them. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Little jalapeno poppers. Eat them any time of the day or night. And you guys know the rest? See you in the next one.